Welcome traders, welcome to our daily forex forecast on GBP, EUR, DXY and Bitcoin. So we did this analysis every day. If you are looking for where the next big move is on for DXY and all these pairs, then you are at the right place. So without wasting our time, let's dive into the chart. So yesterday, on our yesterday videos, we call out specific areas where we want to see price deliver to, and it just happened, how we projected, but it might not be internally the way we want it. But yeah, it's similar to everything we said yesterday with our projection yesterday. So currently this is dollar index. I don't trade dollar index. I use it to correlate with euro in order to make sure, in order to trust my buyers very well on euro. So let's dive into what we have for today. Let's go to euro, because from now I would like to start with euro, then we go back to the DXY, because there is some things I've written down already. The euro US dollar daily contract for Wednesday 3rd September 2025 deliver as a bullish candle that sweep previous day low and price higher into the previous day range, failing to take previous day high, which form an internal range liquidity, which is a fair value gap on a daily time frame. So the price delivery corresponds to our previous day projection, and which implies the long time perspective still implies on EU. So what I really state on there is that today price delivery, which is Wednesday 3rd September 2025, we've seen that EU deliver lower and take this previous day low and deliver back into the daily range. This was yesterday daily candle, and this is the inside the range. We deliver back to the daily range almost above the 50%, but yeah, we did not go above the previous day high. And I've stated this yesterday that our main side liquidity was this previous day low. So now today candle has shown us, has created a fair value gap, right? I don't intend to put that on my chart, but I'll just put it for some of you guys to see. There is a smaller time frame fair, or there is a mini fair value gap here, which is very attractive to price, which is more likely to drive price all the way back to that area. And also don't forget the bias we already have already, which is our CRT candle. This is our candle range low and our candle range high. So if we take candle range low, we are going for candle range high. All right, but I'm not in support that tomorrow we go all the way back to this area. But before then, let's go back to the XY. Now I will make sure I finish the XY before going back lower. And sorry if this is the first time you are stumbling on this video, please do subscribe to this channel and like this video. Thank you so much and God bless. So in relation to the XY, we have seen that the XY has respected the overall bearish bias and also play out as projected from yesterday. The XY sweep previous day high and deliver back into the daily range and still remain in premium price, while EU is still trading in discount price of the daily range. Also, the XY form an FVG, which I am anticipating for tomorrow price to seek for and use it to make short time reversal into today range, and more likely to reprice into the daily opening gap. Now, what I'm explaining here is we have a fair value gap here already on the daily time frame. So what I'm looking out for the DXY to do is that if you correlate it with the EU, as I've just shown, EU fair value gap was not that large. was was very small. So I'm anticipating for DXY to price back into this fair value gap, price into it, then retrace back into previous day range, which is today candle range. We've seen this range, but I'm not to support that it will take this low. Why? Because on a normal circumstances, if not that we have a news event coming, we we will be in good hands to expect that we are coming for this our candle range low, which is our CRT low, since we have our CRT high here already taken, and if this is our CRT candle. Now, most of the time when we are trading CRT, we should not forget our key level, right? But the key level here is this fair value gap. Now, if price is bullish, right, for the XY, then we are supposed to take this particular candle as our CRT, expecting next, which is tomorrow price, to fill in this fair value gap, and this will be our candle range low, and price will go higher, and which will support critically a perfect what CRT price delivery. But now, because of the higher time frame perspective, what I mean by higher time frame, which is the overall perspective, DXY is bearish, and again tomorrow is news event, which is NFP. And for if DXY is going to remain bearish, then I want to see that NFP go lower, which is whether they cut rate or rate hikes, whatever. I don't know how to read that shit, but I know that whenever NFP comes out for the month, if the NFP is bearish, then there is higher chance that month is going to be a bearish month. High tendency doesn't mean that always, but higher tendency that that month is going to be bearish. So if NFP is going to be bullish, then we should see price come all the way back to this area so that NFP can take us back to this area, back to previous month 50%, or this our total soup. All right, but since I am still in favor of bearish months, then on a monthly perspective, then I don't want to see price tomorrow come all the way to this area before NFP. I want NFP to be the leading price for DXY or for EU to go higher, or DXY to go lower. So after saying that, let's go to the 4 hourly time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, that the daily opening gap is more clearer on the 4 hourly time frame. We've seen our daily opening gap here, and price retest on it and continue coming lower. Then this is the daily fair value gap. I don't want to add that to my chart so that my chart will be simple and easy and concise, since I understand it. So this is our daily CRT, or our candle range low, which we are expecting for price to seek for on Friday, but I don't want to see more price delivery lower. So what I was explaining on that note was that tomorrow I am more in support of price coming all the way down to this previous day low, which is this candle low. Then we price back and retest on this daily opening gap, and price might actually consolidate there, and during NFP will now before NFP we might see price go a little higher, then NFP will take it lower. Who knows, NFP might come higher. It's a manual intervention, but anyway, whatever happens during NFP, we will take it. But for now, I'm still supporting NFP to be bearish for the dollar. I don't trade NFP for the record, so but I likes to have my own bias before then, so that I will see what price actually does. So on a lower time frame, we've seen that we have a bearish daily order block here. Let me add it. We have a bearish OB here. So this bearish order block, I am anticipating for price to retrace into it tomorrow, then it will lead us back to this fair value gap before we price into back to this previous day low before we price back into the daily range. So that is majorly what I support for DXY tomorrow. So this is majorly what I support for DXY tomorrow. So my draw on liquidity is this previous day low. All right, our previous day low, and price should retrace back into this area before going lower. So depending on what later happens, but this is what I support for tomorrow. And if we come lower, we might see during New York session it should take us back, and maybe consequently retrace back into this our daily opening gap, which is a volume imbalance, and a price is likely to use it for to refill that gap because it's an inefficiency, and it's very good at drawing price closer to where it is. So that being said, let's go to the euro, and now using what we have on the dollar, because we don't trade the dollar index, but we use it to determine our price. Now using what we have on the dollar to to analyze our EU. Now we see we almost have the same thing with the EU also. So my call for tomorrow on EU, which is tomorrow Thursday price delivery on EU, I want to see price seek for previous day high and fill the daily fair value gap and retrace lower back into today price range, but not in favor of EU taking previous day low, which is today low, but should not deliver very impulsively higher. Now there is a little form of grammar, let me explain. I am in support of EU coming higher into this fair value gap, but not impulsively higher or close above this our candle range high. Okay, we might see it sweep, but I'm not even in support of price taking previous day high. Sorry, taking this our candle range high, because our previous day high, which is today high, is inside. So it's so I don't want to see price take this our candle range high, but the fair value gap and previous day high is my optimal target for tomorrow. But after price take it, since it's a fair value gap, it might lead price lower. Now this is where ICT pattern fair value gap traders comes in. If they don't understand the logic for trading, it's not that a fair value gap do fail, but if you don't have the overall price delivery, you might think price is going to come lower, then you now place a sell trade, and over time you will get taken out, and you wonder why fair value gap is failing. But anyway, nobody's perfect, so we're all learning. I've done that before, and I've been taken out, lost money on it. So if you lost money on it too, it's not bad. So we are all learning. So we am expecting my call for tomorrow is price to come all the way back to this area, then take previous day high, then retrace back into the daily range. Since Thursday is pre-NFP, now there is a condition. Since NFP Thursday, which is tomorrow, is pre-NFP, then price might be very unpredictable as market is preparing for manual intervention. But the two key things to note here is one, if we are still bullish on EU overall, that means if on the monthly time frame we are still bullish, that means September being a bullish candle, then Thursday price should not deliver much larger day or have a daily candle close above the daily CRT candle high, and it should price back into the previous day candle range, meaning that this first condition is that if we are still overall bullish for EU, then price should not go all the way to this level, or even after taking the level have a bullish close above it, which is the close the closing price for tomorrow should not be above our previous our CRT candle high. That is what I am anticipating. That is one of the condition. But the second condition, else if EU close above our daily CRT candle high, then Friday might likely be a bearish day, which is bearish NFP. All this thing is driving towards NFP, you know, how NFP price will come out. So, but yeah, this is just it. It might not be very effective, but it might not be as it said, but it's likely to be what I have just said. So the draw on liquidity for tomorrow overall is buy side liquidity, which is previous day high, plus the fair value gap we form in today price. Today candle can't completely be a CRT candle because of the higher time frame draw on liquidity. Otherwise, higher time frame bias is bearish. Now, there is a statement I just added here. Now, our normal CRT candle is a key level, right? Now, we have a key level here, which is very, very good for us to expect our markets to seek for, you know, our candle range low, sorry, our candle range high, then come for candle range low. But because of the overall or my overall market projection, I don't think this is a good CRT candle, or is a higher probability CRT candle on a daily time frame. So that being said, let's go to the 4 hourly time frame. All right, so I help traders, I help analyze the market every day like this. Then you can go to your chart and check some things out for yourself. If you have any question, please you can ask on the comment section. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. So this is the on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, EU deliver a complete sweet price action. Right? Yeah, the price action today on the 4 hourly time frame, it was very sweet. After sweeping previous day low, it priced higher, creates a fair value gap and restate on it before price rally higher into the 4 hour fair value gap created yesterday and refill the inefficiencies and remain lower as we anticipated, meaning that today price was a good price action. We've seen price rally lower and rally lower, sweep previous day low, comes back into this range, create a fair value gap and retrace into it, then continue going higher and refill this fair value gap. I don't want to add this on my chart. We've seen that this is a large fair value gap on a 4 hourly time frame. So when we have a large fair value gap like this, what do you know is that price will always come back to it and refill it. We see we've come back to it here and now we've refill it again. So that is it. During today price delivery on 4 hour, the 5 a.m. New York local time candle 4 hourly candle form the perfect CRT, and the 9 a.m. 4 hour candle take the CRT low and then the price to the CRT high, and then price to the CRT high. What am I explaining here? Now, this is an ideal CRT candle, just like I was saying on the daily time frame. Now, since we already know yesterday that price is going to be bullish, when we see this our CRT, this is the trade I took today, this CRT candle. When we see our CRT, what is that telling us? Is that price is likely to go higher. Although it was a miss entry for me because I was waiting for the 50% of the fair value gap. So nothing bad on my side, but this is the trade I anticipated for, or I wanted to participate in but missed out, which is fine. So we've seen our CRT low and our CRT high on a 4 hourly time frame. Now, because we already know that price is going to be bullish for today, so whatever we can easily identify our higher probability CRT candle. because you cannot say this will be your CRT candle. All right, maybe because price take the high and come lower, then you now think this is a CRT candle. You don't just select a CRT candle. Now, if higher probability CRT candle have a key level and also has a liquidity above the key level or below the key level. So now we have a key level here which price retrace into and price go back higher, which we take the previous, which we take the CRT candle high. So which is a very good trade otherwise. And now another thing I've studied over time is that a good CRT candle, a higher probability CRT candle is likely to be an order block, either a bearish order block or a bullish order block. So this CRT candle is now a bullish order block for continuation in price. This is how, imagine you understanding all this after price taking here. You know this is a fair value. This is an order block. You might even decide to trade back, which is no, not, you know, not supported, because you already taking profit. It is time for you to reassess and see what you have done wrong even during the trade management. All right, so that is it for the 4 hour, but I think I have something here on the 4 hour. What am I anticipating for tomorrow? On the 4 hour, I am anticipating for EU to deliver higher after retesting the 4 hourly plus order block and lead price into the previous day high buy side liquidity, and the daily fair value gap should lead price lower back into today's daily range, but not in favor of price going into the previous day low, but price can retest the 4 hourly fair value gap formed today. That means if what I'm anticipating for tomorrow is um EU, which is Euro US dollar, is likely to come all the way back to this order block, retest the order block more, but we should not see the 4 hourly candle closing below this order block, right? But we can see a sweep inside, but we should not see a 4 hourly candle close below the order block. If the order block is valid, then this order block is going to be the order block that lead, or the PDRA that lead price all the way back to this our previous day high, our buy side liquidity, which I am anticipating for. Then after price take the buy side liquidity, I am interested in seeing price, since that buy side liquidity is a fair value gap. And again, aside from the fact that it is a fair value gap, this particular candle is a bearish breaker, is a what bearish breaker, which if price retests back into, it might lead price lower. So there is a fair value gap and there is a bearish breaker and inversion fair value gap here. So there is so many things that can lead price back, but it should not be effective to come and take this previous day low. You see the logic behind this whole price momentum. So now let's go to the hourly time frame. Even on the hourly time frame, the order block is very clean. All right, so let me read what I have here for you. On the hourly EU price delivery for today shows that it is more of liquidity driven than PDRA in price, but the hourly shows that the 3 a.m. candle deliver lower and seek for previous day low and price back with a sharp move, forming a long wick during London session and price rally higher. Well, I'm just explaining what happened. If you observe my journal, I explain what happened in price according to the time. Then before I will now state some other condition. Then I will now state what I am anticipating for, what do I call out for. That is just three major things I do with my daily analysis. So we've seen that the price rally lower, take this previous day low, which become our CRT low, then rally higher. Although we see a change, which is a break of market structure around this area, then we rally lower into this into the 4 hourly fair value gap. And if you look at it on a daily time, on a hourly time frame, we have a big fair value gap here, but price retest back into it and then lead price higher, which supports this higher time frame or this bullish move on the hourly time frame. So the high of the day is formed at 11 o'clock AM candle that falls short of the previous day internal buy side liquidity and price lower into the daily range. This buy side liquidity was what I was looking for price to seek for, but we fall short of it by a tick or by at least highest 1 pip. Then we fall short of it and comes back lower. So now the price has already created a relative equal high for us, which is very good when looking for tomorrow prices. So the low of the day is formed at 3 o'clock AM candle that sweep previous day low and rally higher. So this specific candle is formed at 3 o'clock AM. Immediately the New York open and close above it, which is the candle that create our low of the day for today candle, which is majorly a liquidity sweep, not a PDRA driven. Now on the hourly, what am I anticipating for? I am anticipating for EU to consolidate during Asian session and remain in or above the 4 hour order block. And on the 4 hour price should not close below the order block candle opening price. So the London will sweep Asian low and rally into the daily fair value gap, which New York will redeliver price lower into the daily range. Look at how I've already separate tomorrow price delivery. All right, although it might not be as I've said it, but it is likely to occur. Now we have seen our 4 hourly order block here. What I'm saying, the first statement there is that I am anticipating for what? Asian before London tomorrow. I want to wake up by 8 o'clock Nigerian or by 7 o'clock Nigerian local time and see price still being on this range, keep ranging. If the condition is still holding, then immediately during London opening price should seek for Asian low, then take the liquidity, then price higher. Asian can still deliver price lower inside this 4 hourly order block, but on the 4 hourly time frame, I don't want to see Asian candle 4 hourly candle close inside of this order block, which then is indicating that there is a weakness on the order block opening price. That is what I was saying. And during New York, if London has taken price higher to these equal highs and our daily fair value gap, our previous day high, then I'm anticipating for New York to reprice price back into the daily range, which might take price all the way back into this fair order block, or if it's very fast or more impulsively, we can I can accommodate price to come all the way back to this 4 hourly fair value gap. But anyway, who knows what price is going to do tomorrow, but at least you should have a bias, you should know what you are looking out for, you should know what you are seeking for, so that when you wake up you know where to start from. This is the reason for this video, my daily video and my daily journal. So this is our previous day high on lower time frame, our previous day low, our CRT candle, and we've seen how price is accumulating here already. So that is it purely for the EU. So now let's go to the cable, which is GBP. Now GBP really surprised me today, because if you are following me up yesterday, I was saying that I don't expect GBP to come for the previous day low, right? Or and retesting back into this our fair value gap. Now if you are you still did watch that video yesterday, I did mention that on a daily time frame I want to see EU remain, if EU is still bearish, right, I want to see EU candle remain above on a daily time frame. I don't want to see EU close inside of this daily order block, and yeah, it is respecting it. Now on EU, we've seen EU have a fair value gap here, and this particular candle being our CRT candle. Now if imagine you taking this particular candle as an ideal CRT candle when you don't actually know where price is going. So the main thing about trading is know where price is going on a higher time frame perspective. All right, if you know where it is going on a weekly, monthly, if the weekly, monthly are in correlation, then on a daily time frame you should be cautious even when you are taking a short. Let's say monthly, weekly is bullish, but you are seeing a short on a week, on a daily time frame, you should be more conscious, because that is, you are trying to take a higher resistance trade, which is what I even did today on GBP, and I take a loss, right? I'm not afraid to say it, but yeah, I did something like that. I saw it, it was perfect, but it's a higher what resistance setup, and yeah, I did take a loss. So that is it, but it doesn't mean sometimes it does not work. It works sometimes, but when you are trading a high resistance setup, you should know, so that you should be more conscious and risk less. And when you are trading a low resistance setup, then you should trade the way you're supposed to trade and still manage your way out. So what am I looking out for the GBP tomorrow? I want to see GBP trade all the way back to especially this high, because the high here is very close. So GBP is likely to come all the way higher, but not also in support of GBP coming for this our candle range high, our CRT candle high, but where I'm in support of GBP coming all the way higher, then retracing back into the range, just like I explained for EU. For EU, yes. And let's go to the 4 hour, because there's something I want to explain, but I forgot it's on the 4 hourly time frame. So now this is where it gets more compelling. All right, you can understand it. So on the 4 hourly time frame, this particular candle is a CRT candle that becomes an order block, right? It's becoming another block now, and inside of it we have a fair value gap, but I'm not in support of price coming all the way back to this fair value gap, but I have to put it on the chart, because yeah, it is a liquidity, an internal liquid a range liquidity for that matter, and also it is in a discount price. And if you check using an OTE, then you know that this is 62% at 62% region. But we have a mini fair value gap here, which I'm not really in support. And also this order block here, price, I don't, on a 4 hourly time frame, I don't want to see candle close below it. So if EU remain on a range tomorrow, I want to see during New York, or sorry, during London, price should retrace here before going higher, or price can continue going higher and comes back and retest on it. Then on Friday, this order block will be the, what price retest into and balance for NFP to take us higher, then which will now implies that for this month we'll continue to seek for higher prices, especially the monthly, our monthly CRT candle high. All right, so that is, which is very good trade setup. And if you can even engage around this area for that high, it will be very profitable. But because of NFP condition, then you should not try to risk it. So on a hourly time frame, yeah, we still have our 4 hour order block. How would you know this is even a good order block? Look at how price is sitting on it. We price above it, price is risk, like using it as resistance or what they call it, but it's sitting on it comfortably and it lead price higher. All right, so also we've seen this the 4 hourly fair value gap. We've seen how the condition is stated too. So tomorrow price is likely to come lower, retest, then go higher, or we might go higher then come back lower and retest on this other block. So let me go to 15 minutes so you see our previous day high and the internal structure. I like my candle to be visible. I don't know, I don't like smaller candle like this. So this is just the main theory around tomorrow. So tomorrow, if we keep on ranging, then maybe EU, yeah, EU is likely to, sorry, GBP is likely to tap on this other block, then go higher for previous day high, or take previous day high and come back. So anyway, finally we coming to BTC. So this is Bitcoin, and what I was anticipating for yesterday did not happen, but price was still bullish anyway, but we did not retest to our 62% region. If you watch previous day video, you will understand. But yeah, are we still on track? We are still on track. The trade we took around this area is still very active. We took on Monday, it's still very active, and our CRT can our daily CRT candle is still very active. Now, why is this daily CRT candle very good, or why do I trust it? Because there is a key level above it. Where is the key level? This daily fair value gap. Now, before I was, which is previous week, last week, before this week, I was expecting last week, this is Thursday last week, and Friday now deliver lower. But I was expecting Thursday last week to deliver into this key level. So I did use this as a CRT candle last week and expecting price to come into it. But what we failed, we fall short of it a little, which is another small profit because I took something at the 50% of this candle of the CRT candle range, but we did not deliver all the way into our CB, which I did not take my full profit. But yeah, on this one, after this one form, I see how price is taking it 2 times before going. But look at this, the body of the candle. Now, the body of the candle is telling us that there is enough liquidity here, and as soon as we price take this previous day candle high, the CRT candle high, then we are going to see a massive drop. So there is a massive drop coming in on um, on Bitcoin. So I'm not going to explain Bitcoin vividly just the way I explain the dollar and the EU and GBP, because BTC is a long time trade for me, not short time perspective. But yeah, tomorrow BTC is likely to seek for this high. Then on Friday, price will drive into this daily fair value gap or CB before going higher. And what do we have here? Our turtle soup. So yeah, which is our turtle soup, and that I even mark it on our monthly candle, telling my viewers that our monthly market review that this turtle soup in support of price taking it before or within NFP data release. So yesterday I was I told you guys that we should expect price to retrace all the way back to here before going higher, but which we did not, and price keep going higher. So if at all we retraced back, I would have add to the position, but nothing like that happened. So anyway, so if you look at it, yesterday price was around this area. I was saying that this fair value gap, inversion fair value gap will support price. Although I noticed this other block, but I did not expect the other block to hold, especially when we have a turtle soup around this area. So which some people call the inducement. So yeah, and again, if you measure the range here to here on a Fibonacci, then we have our 62% region around this area. So which is why I did not participate on a trade like this. And if you even look at it, there is no good setup that actually happens today, which is yesterday, except for this fair value gap on a hourly time frame, this change of character that occur here. So anyway, I have come to the end of our today video. Please do subscribe to this channel and ask me any question or any pair you had like me to analyze, and I will do so. Thank you. God bless you. See you tomorrow.